Welcome back to the Orleans Arena with Hawaii losing that first set. Going back to that last matchup between Hawaii and Fresno State on the way to Hawaii, dropped that first set. Hawaii's passing obviously looking very poor right now as Hawaii struggling to get in an offensive rhythm. We'll see if they can turn things around. Jim, back to you.
Okay, Brian. When you take a look at this match, Hawaii losing the opening set, and you wonder if that's the first opening set that they've lost. But if I remember back against UCLA, they lost the opening set, and they went on to lose that match. That's the only loss that they have had all season long. Let's take a look at Corin Wild, because that's exactly what she was in the first game.
She goes cross court there, over the block there, and on her last attack to end the game, she went down the line and tooled Chantil Satele, and I'm sure Chantil does not want that to happen again. Hawaii's changed the lineup a little bit here, got Kalei Adolfo in, and it looks like Hawaii's going to go with Hartong on the outside and just throw a little wrinkle into things and see how that works. They've been very comfortable with both lineups. Satele not hitting for good numbers in that first set.
Adolfo from Connor Kakai Molokai. We begin the second game serving as Danielson. Danielson with the dig off the hit by Wild. Croson gets it across. That ball is hit over by Murdoch and down 1-0 Fresno State. Fresno State playing very close to the net.
Nice set by Alcantara that time to Murdoch. In transition, they'd love to go to the middle if they can.
Alcantara to serve. Dug up by Croson, chased down by Uiato. Danielson gets it across. Diving dig that time by Agraz. That ball comes over, that's off Danielson. That's another point for Fresno State.
An inauspicious start here by Hawaii with their new lineup in set number 2.
Alcantara serving. That's dug up by Blake on her knees. Here's Croson. That's off the block. Comes back. Saved by Uiato. Blake gets it across. And it's hit down by Wild off Hartong. And it's 2-1.
And Hawaii hardly earned that one. That was a gift. Hawaii with a good block up front. Croson, Hewitt, and Hartong. Pretty big block.
Serving is Blake. That's an ace. That went down in front of Agraz, and we are tied at 2.
That's what Hawaii really needs right now is people to make plays, special plays like aces and kills and stuff blocks.
Serving again is Blake. The ball hit over by Murdoch. Hawaii with the advantage. Uiato will go to Hartong. That is off the block, and that is saved by Albertson. They go to Wild. Wild gets it across. Saved by Hartong. Croson. Saved by Blake. Hartong. That's blocked. That's blocked by Murdoch. And Fresno State knew exactly where Hawaii was going to go.
There's the pop-up by Uiato. Hartong rips it there in the end, but a great block by Macy Murdoch.
Morrow comes into the front row, number 9 for Fresno State. Serving is Wild. Dug up by Croson. Uiato. Danielson behind the 3-meter line. That ball popped in the air by Alcantara. Albertson mishits. Goes into the net, point for Hawaii. And we were tied at 3.
And had the ball gone over, Lizzie Blake was there waiting for it.
Hartong to serve for Hawaii.
Hawaii playing with a little more sense of urgency now.
Serving is Hartong, dug up by Wild. Alcantara, ball hit over by Murdoch, but that ball goes out. And Hawaii has the lead for the first time in a long time.
In like 9 days. Last time they played New Mexico State in Hawaii.
Serving is Hartong. That's out. We are tied at 4. Hartong will go out and Maeda will come back in. Rainbow attackers are Croson, Hewitt, Danielson. Ball comes over, Blake feeds Uiato. Big hit by Croson. Croson, the freshman.
Now Croson getting warmed up. 3 kills, 2 errors in the first set. Picks up kill number 4 right there, going over the block. Jane will be playing on the beach in the spring.
Croson with that high toss. Gets it in. Ball dug up by Lee. They go to Albertson. There's Maeda, Uiato, Danielson. Yes.
Oh, Maeda with a great dig right on the money where Hewitt could go hard in the middle and hold the middle. Leaving Kanani with a bit of a split block on the outside on the set from Uiato.
Hawaii leading by 2. Serving is Croson. A ball dug up by Wild. And Blake reaching out, waiting for it was Croson, but Blake kind of poached on her off that hit. That time by Clark.
Exactly. Poaching's a great word for it. She just jumped right in front. Croson could have taken it with 2 hands easily.
Serving is Baker. Danielson near the net. Uiato just dumps it with the dink shot. Hawaii leading by 2 in the second set. If you just joined us, Hawaii losing the first set, 25-23.
Uiato is not a very offensive setter, but right there she does it. When she has to do it, she's good at it.
Hewitt serving. The ball blocked and then saved, or at least an attempted save by Uiato. Couldn't do it. So credit Morrow, Jamie Lee Morrow with the kill. Morrow goes out. And coming in is Agraz, and Agraz will serve for Fresno State. Maeda, step out, Satelli. The ball dug up by Baker. Ball is hit off the Hawaii block. Danielson.
Ooh, a big smile from Kanani. That's good news. And she starts getting happy. She really starts playing well. Nice jump set by Uiato. Cross court wide open. Hawaii extends their lead.
Uiato to serve. 8 for Hawaii, 6 for Fresno State in the second game. Uiato gets it across. Dug up by Lee. Alcantara. That ball is blocked by Danielson off the attempted hit that time by Clark. Hawaii leads by 3. Fresno State calls a timeout. Could the momentum be changing?
Kanani Danielson has really brought her big game tonight. You see this cross-court angle shot here. She's got 5 or 6 kills, no errors, another cross-court angle shot. And here's the big stuff on her fellow first-team all-whacker, Brianna Clark, for Fresno State. That was a monster block right there. Good matchup for Hawaii to have Kanani blocking that slide of Clark.
Biggest lead Hawaii has enjoyed in the match. Serving to Uiato. There's Lee. Alcantara. There's Wild. Dug up by Danielson. And that ball comes over. And confusion in the back. Confusion by Agraz and Lee.
I can't tell you how smart that was by Jane Croson. Very difficult set to hit coming from the back row by Uiato. And just to roll it into the back row of the other team is really a smart play.
10 serving 6. Uiato again serves, dug up by Lee. Alcantara, back set. That ball comes over, and Uiato gets a hand on it. That was an out ball, but it happened so fast. Her reflexes wanted to contribute.
And that ends the 10-4 run by Hawaii. As they see the back slide again.
By Clark.
By Clark.
Blake, Uiato. Hartung, that's in the air by Wild, chased down by Alcantara. Here's Wild, double block is up. Hartung with the save. Uiato setting up Danielson, roll shot. That'll be returned. The ball goes to Wild, goes cross court. Blake is there. Here's Uiato. Hartung off the block, but saved in the back row by Agraz. Here's Wild on her knees. Hartung. Ball hit over, that time by Adolfo. And it comes back and down.
A lot of sloppy play going on out there right now. Not a lot of real accurate digging. And the sets, therefore, also not as accurate.
Credit Murdoch. Clark serving. Blake. That's an ace. And here comes Fresno State. Hawaii was enjoying a 3-point lead, 4-point lead. All of a sudden, it's now 10-9. That's into the net by Clark. Very few service errors.
Dave Shoji did a great job there, in my opinion, of shifting the Kanani Danielson over to the left, take her out of the right side hitting, move her over to the left, and Clark could not get her serve to her, hence served it into the net.
Danielson again serving. Ball comes over by Murdoch. Here's Blake in the air for Danielson. There's Lee, Alcantara, Murdoch. That ball comes over very quickly. Hawaii cannot handle it, and it is 11-10. Hawaii leading by 1. Alcantara will go back to serve now for Fresno State. Uiato, Hartung, Adolfo in that front row. Ball comes over. Blake, Uiato, back set slide to Hartung, and Hartung hits it out. And we're tied at 11. Hawaii cannot afford to go 2 down. I mean, that's history repeating itself. Satelli will come in for Hartung.
Hartung struggling on the right there, not quite getting all of it.
And that is an ace. That ball came over and died in front of Blake. Alcantara. 12-11 Fresno State in the second game. Fresno State on a 6-1 run.
Great serve by Alcantara.
Alcantara gets over, dug up by Griffiths. Here's Satelli. That's block, comes back. Danielson with a one-hand attempt cannot save it. It's now 13-11 Fresno State in the second game. Dave Shoji's got to call a timeout. And Hawaii stressed, to say the least, in this match. A 7-1 run for Fresno State. Hawaii was enjoying the lead no longer. They trail now 13-11. In the second game, Hawaii lost the first game 25-23. Griffiths remains in the back row.
And Fresno State's best server, one of their best servers, serving right now.
Alcantara, Griffiths, Uiato to Croson. Croson hits it off the block, and Hawaii comes back to a 1-point deficit here in the second game. Hewitt coming in, replacing Griffiths. Blake will come in to serve.
Alex Griffiths giving a nice little lift for the Rainbow Passers that time. Put up a couple of really nice passes.
Blake serves. Alcantara, back set, Alberson. That's saved by Lee. Lee has really been the X factor. That ball comes over, and it is down. Big hit that time by Agraz. No, check that.
Wild.
It is wild. It is wild again.
Number 9, Lee Morrow returns to the Bulldogs. She just finds a hole in the block every time. Well, she's also got 5 errors, so she is not perfect.
Danielson, block back, saved by Blake. Croson down the line and popped up by Alcantara. Ball comes over by Alberson, saved by Uiato. Croson gets it across. In the air by Alcantara. Lee sets up Wild behind the 3-meter line. That's off Blake.
Corin Wild, for being a converted libero, was doing an amazing job as an outside hitter and in this case, as an attacker out of the back row.
Hartung comes in, replacing Satelli. Serving is Wild. In the air by Croson, saved by Blake. Getting the ball across is Danielson. Big advantage now, Fresno State. Murdoch off Blake. 16-12, Fresno State leading by 4. Fresno State on a 10-2 run. That has not happened all season. Serving is Wild. Dug up by Croson. Uiato back to Croson. That's blocked, saved by Croson into the net. Another point for Fresno State.
Well, Hawaii's really run into a hot Fresno State team that's playing their best volleyball of the year. Dave Shoji's seen enough. He's got to try to find some way to regain the momentum because Fresno State is absolutely on fire. Everything they do turns to gold.
17-12, Fresno State. This is a team that appears to have all the answers.
There's the block on Croson, yep. And, you know, everything that all the buttons that Dave showed you normally pushes work, and tonight all those buttons just aren't working like they normally do. Like going into the big lineup, going to the double sub, going to Hartong playing on the right, going back to Satelli on the right. It's not in a very good rhythm. They haven't played in 9 days, but I'm sure they won't give any excuses about it. But Fresno State did have a warm-up last night. It's interesting that the two teams that played last night are having good matches tonight. New Mexico State in the first night match tonight played very well against the Idaho team that had the bye. And right now, Fresno State's playing very well against the Hawaii team that had the bye last night.
You look at some of the top teams in the country, California, UCLA, they were beaten last week.
Yeah.
That enabled Hawaii to move up to number 3. But they certainly have not looked like a number 3 team tonight. Fresno State playing very, very well. But the NCAA, as far as women's volleyball is concerned, it has been it has been a mishmash.
It's upside down, basically. You know, when Cal was ranked number 3 in the country, they got beat by an Oregon State team that's very good, but they're like, their RPI was like 150, and they didn't have any also votes, you know, also gaining votes.
Let's go to Ryan. Let's go to Ryan Suji.
Thanks, Jim. During that timeout, head coach Dave Shoji talking to his passers, telling Jane Croson, you've got to move your feet, saying she's not moving her feet and is a target right now for Fresno State. He also was talking a lot to Kanani Danielson, and Brittany Hewitt took time during that timeout to talk to her team and said, this is where we're going to turn it around. Back to you guys.
Lily Polly has come in to the game. Courtney Lily Polly, Danielson. They go to Croson, and that is able to be dug up. Ball comes over. That's hit off the block again.
Wild again. She's serving really tough, by the way. Serving Kanani Danielson, you know, very, very high, almost an out ball.
18-12, Fresno State. Hawaii befuddled. That's a service error by Wild. And Hawaii gets a point because of a mistake by Fresno State. Hartung will serve now for Hawaii.
Prior to that, they had the great run, and it's because their serving was so tough. They're taking a lot of chances. They're being very aggressive.
Here's Hartung. Dug up by Wild. Alcantara. Ball hit down by Murdoch. That's in. And Hawaii just seems to be out of it. Fresno State having some free shots. It is 19-13, a 6-point lead.
Murdoch, the freshman, up quickly there. Good pass. In order to do that, they had to pass the ball well. And Hartung does not normally have her passes passed up so well. Look at that 13-3 scoring run. Wow.
Lee serves. The ball hit over by Hewitt, but not a good hit. Alcantara, that ball is hit down that time. It was right there by Clark. And Hawaii is just, I mean, they're just out of it. This is painful. Absolutely painful to watch this performance. 20-13 in the second set. Hawaii already trails in this match. 1-0. Croson, not a good hit. That'll be returned. Lee, Alcantara. Ball is hit over again, that time by Clark. Here's Danielson. Danielson finally gets it through a triple block. And 2 players in the back row. 14 serving 20. And it's like Dave Shoji has stepped in front of a bus. Serving will be Croson. Hawaii needs to turn this around. The ball dug up easily by Wild. That's hit over by Alberson, right through an ill-formed block. Danielson was there along with Hewitt, but ineffective. 21-14.
Once again, Fresno State passing up Hawaii's serves fairly easily. Hawaii backing off in their serves a little bit now and not putting as much zip on them. And Fresno State running a 3-pronged attack.
Alicia Baker serves. Croson to Satelli. Croson gets it across. There's Lee. And that ball is hit over by Morrow. Battle at the net. Danielson finally rips it off the double block. Rips it off Clark.
The other thing that's got to be a little bit frustrating for Hawaii, I'm sure, is the fact that Fresno State is just digging a lot of balls. Look at that 181 kill percentage for Hawaii. They're averaging 304 for the year, #1 in the country. So 181, well below their average.
Hewitt serving, step out, and again hitting it in is Clark. Hawaii ineffective defensively. They have, right now, no answers.
Brianna Clark, so good. She's been so good for so many years for this Fresno State program. 6'1" senior out of Clovis. #2 all-time blocker.
Serving is Agraz. Knuckleballs it over Croson. That ball hit over by Danielson. That's going to be returned again. That ball comes over, and it is...
Hit the antenna.
Hit the antenna. You're right. So a mistake by Wild? Question mark, question mark.
Dave showed he's nearing his 12 substitutions. He may have one more. I think he's got Kayla Goodman, who doesn't normally serve. She's now, I think, stuck in the lineup right now. She forces a bad pass, though.
Here's Wild. Gets it over Goodman. Ball goes outside to Danielson. That's blocked. Ball hit over by Croson. Dug up by Lee. Lee is everywhere. And another point for Fresno State. They hit it. They hit that one off Adolfo.
Hawaii just a little bit late getting up, and once again a good pass in transition so that they can run all three attackers.
23-16 overpass, and that is hit down by Murdoch. And this Hawaii crowd is stunned. So this is deja vu. He is. He's tried everything.
He has. He's pushed all the buttons.
Danielson, that ball hit over that time by Adolfo. That'll be returned for the second set. That is out. And Hawaii holding on 24-17. Serving is Danielson. There's Lee. They set up Wild. 4 hits. Didn't get it across. And that's another point for Hawaii. But Hawaii in a deep hole. A deep, dark hole.
This lineup they're in right now is one they've never been in this year, I think.
Wild again. That is long. Hawaii didn't touch it. It's 24-18. Rather, excuse me, 24-19. But what a cushion by Fresno State, the way they played. They just made a mockery of the Hawaii defense.
I think Dave showed he's used up close to all 12 of his substitutions, so he's got a lineup in there now that they have not played with, I don't think, all year long. He's got people in there that he's forced to stick with because he's pushed all the buttons, and just hope they can finish on a positive note in this game. Maybe come back, and it's not impossible to come back from 24-19. But clearly, Fresno State is the one, in my opinion, who's causing most of the problems by passing so well. They're serving well. They're digging great balls, and they're attacking at a high percentage.
Yeah, Hawaii just has been put into a mixmaster here, and they have not found a way to get out of it. 24-19 in favor of Fresno State, and Hawaii just has not played well, and they have shown no consistency, absolutely none. And their fans, the faithful fans, the best crowd of all of the athletic teams at the University of Hawaii as far as loyalty is concerned.
There's probably a couple of thousand of them here tonight.
Yeah.
There were 500 at the reception prior to this match.
And best
fans are going.
They have never seen this.
Yeah. And we got to give a lot of credit to Fresno State for playing well. I mean, it's not that Hawaii has played, horribly. A lot of it's been brought upon them by this Fresno State team that's doing all elements of the game well.
19 serving 24. Dug up by Wild Alcantara. That ball is hit over by Murdoch. Hawaii will be unable to return it. And they are down now 2-0. The only way Hawaii can win this is to win the next 3, including the 15-point 5th game. Dire. dire is the condition.